Welcome to Mission Central. I'm Paul Swangard, and today I'm joined by Mike Slessor, CEO of FormFactor. Mike, thanks for taking the time to discuss the state of semiconductor testing today.
Thanks, Paul. Great to be here.
Well, there's a lot of interesting topics to get into, and so let's get started. What is the kind of state of things as you look at semiconductor testing right now as a market leader in the category?
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting time in semiconductor tests. And in the semiconductor industry overall, generative artificial intelligence, or Gen AI, has become just a dominant theme for the overall industry and for FormFactor's business. All of the innovation in silicon, in the chips, in photonics that's powering engines like ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot, of course, those are all driven by semiconductors, and those semiconductors needed to be tested, and it's having profound impacts on our business as we produce the equipment and consumables to help test those devices.
And as you think about your own business and your own company, how do you become a leader and continue to drive innovation in the category?
Yeah, it's really all about accelerating our roadmap. The technical complexity of what we do to test these AI devices, things like high bandwidth memory, GPUs, photonics devices. There's an incredible amount of technical innovation that goes into that. And in developing those test solutions, we're partnering with both our customers and with other suppliers to make sure that we're delivering the best possible solution, but doing it in a cost-effective way and delivering it on time. All three of those are really, really important aspects of being successful in the semiconductor industry.
And can you explain kind of where you fit in the ecosystem?
Yeah. Think of FormFactor as building essentially interfaces between customer chips and test equipment built by people like Advantest, Teradyne, Keysight. We're the connector between that test equipment and the customer device when it finishes the wafer fabrication process. Now, that's a vast oversimplification, right? These are incredibly complex connectors, hundreds of thousands of contacts, each about the diameter of a human hair in the electrical case. In the optical case, very, very fine fiber optic connections.
So I'm sure you're out there talking to existing customers and potential customers. And when you talk about form factor strengths, where do you start there?
Yeah, I think it goes back to this idea of collaboration. As the overall market share leader in our served markets, we've got good, strong, multi-year, even multi-decade relationships with the leaders in the industry. And I think one of our strengths is the ability to rely on those relationships, leverage those relationships to make sure we're working on solving the right problems for their next generation devices, to allow them to test their next generation devices. Of course, we've got a broad array of technologies and potential solutions, but those customer relationships and that customer intimacy allows us to make sure we're targeting the right set of requirements at the right time to make sure our customers can then ramp their new products in volume. And again, the acceleration we've seen because of generative AI is absolutely amazing, right? What used to be 2 and 3 year product cycles are now 1 year product cycles. And the innovation product to product, probably even more significant than it was even in the 2 to 3 year cycle.
So much discussion about competition in this AI sector right now, but you bring up that other C, which is the notion of collaboration. Can you give us an example of maybe one collaborative initiative that you've worked on that you're especially proud of?
Yeah, I think, again, we're solving such complex technical problems that collaboration is essential. No one supplier has all the pieces to the puzzle to build a test solution for a next generation AI device. So one of the ones we're very proud of is the collaboration with Advantest, and that's probably the most publicly visible one. It's a relationship and a collaboration that's gone on for several years and has several different elements to it. But I think it's really grounded in the idea of trying to make our products collectively work better in the customer application. Great example of that is silicon photonics and co-packaged optics, where we've partnered to make sure that our customers have a turnkey production system that works out of the box to test these brand new co-packaged optic devices that are driving the next generation data center energy efficiency and speed. So, right at the core of this fundamental AI driven innovation, we need to partner with people like Advantest to make sure our products are successful for our customers and their advancing test requirements.
When you think about the benefits of collaboration, you mentioned that, no one company has all the solutions to all the problems that technology is trying to solve right now. But what are the kind of the benefits of collaboration in your mind?
Yeah, well, I think the first one is you probably can't be successful without it. So that's a key benefit. But I think it's also when you're working together every day with the leaders in the industry, you get a very interesting viewpoint of what's happening outside of your core business and what some of the things driving the industry are. That collaboration and those partnerships give you a much broader vantage point in what's happening in the industry and what's happening at the key customers with the key customers. And in some cases, it allows you to do some benchmarking against your direct competitors as well. So the benefits of collaboration are multifaceted and go well beyond just the need to collaborate to deliver a viable product to our customers.
As generative AI reshapes the semiconductor landscape at unprecedented speed, the testing infrastructure that ensures chip reliability has never been more critical. Through strategic collaboration and deep customer partnerships, FormFactor continues to bridge the gap between cutting-edge chips and the test equipment that validates them. In this rapidly evolving ecosystem, success isn't just about having the right technology, it's about working together to solve the industry's most complex challenges. Mike Slessor, CEO of FormFactor, thanks for joining us.